Hi, Max. What's going on? You ready to go in? Okay. Hey, everybody. Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Tuesday, the 16th of March, 2021. And so a couple things I wanted to go over and I want to talk about so you guys kind of understand where I'm coming from, okay? Real just basic stuff, and there was a lot of comments on the greenhouse planting and stuff like that. So we're going to go in the greenhouse here in a moment and we're going to discuss that. But I wanted to show you today we have an overcast day. Been very overcast all day. We've had a few snow flurries today, a little colder, not the most pleasant of days. So but I wanted to show you what my thought process was, what my planning was, and all these type of things, okay? So, all right, with the planting, okay, so normally, like I said, again, let me just reiterate, this is my first year of growing from seed, okay? So this first 6 trays that you see covered, strictly an experiment, and I started growing them last week, obviously, and so I just did it because I know it was very, very early. I live in New York, okay? So our growing season up here, generally outdoors, we plant in May, end of May is when we plant our outdoor plants. So that's just how it is. That's always the way it's been and that type of thing. So what I did, and this time was I said, well, you know what? We're going to do, like these trays here, not even planted yet, okay? The back ones, obviously not planted as well. What the game plan has been was I planted these, and you can see all the condensation in those. And actually, I'll pull one of these off here. So there's a lot of moisture already in the trays, okay? With having the plastic over here, it brings you down another zone, okay? The first layer of plastic on the outside brings you up another zone. So the first layer outside brings you up one zone. The second layer on the inside brings you up a second zone. And then having these covered brings you up a third zone. Now it was a lot of good suggestions that people had made. Some that I would, I absolutely would take to heart. Like they were talking heating mats, But again, what I think people don't understand. So yesterday was 35 degrees was our high temperature outside yesterday, but inside here in the greenhouse it was quite warm because the sun was out. The greenhouse was heated up. I got to get a thermometer in here, and I'm going to actually get a couple so I can go with a higher level and a lower level so we can just kind of keep an eye on it just for the fun of it, just to see where the temperature is going to be at. And so, but I'm definitely going to do that. But anyway, so there was those suggestions. People said, get the things wet first before you plant, okay? Obviously, and I'm just going to show this again. These are very, very wet, okay? So I think, thank you for the suggestion. I think the way we did it was just fine. And here's the thing, guys. Again, I want to just really bring this home. This was an experiment, okay? Now, what I'm probably going to do is these trays here, probably the first week of April, we will see these ones, okay? Now, a couple people did make a suggestion as far as like with the sunflowers goes. They're like, you don't generally start them from seeds with the sunflowers, in these type of grow things. I get it. I understand, okay? Certain things are going to grow better. Certain things are not going to grow better. This whole thing here, complete experiment, okay? Again, once we get into April, then these are going to get planted. The temperatures are going to be more moderated at that point. We may have some cooler nights, which is fine. But inside the greenhouse here, it is much, much warmer than it is outside. So it really does make a huge, huge difference, when it comes to what we're doing in here. So, again, if it works, great. If it doesn't work, that's okay too. Again, I've talked to you guys about this, and I think that this is important, really, really important. So this is something I want you to pay attention to. Practical practice, figuring out what works, what doesn't work. Now, obviously, there's a million and one videos out there, and you have, the different gardeners are going to tell you different ways to do things and what works. And like I said, you want to follow their advice. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, especially if you got somebody that is used to growing, they're growing really, really well, then that's awesome, okay? It wasn't like I planted everything at once and said, well, how come nothing's coming up? Now, if these start to seed, if we start getting, something from this, then cool. If we don't, like I said, again, we can always replant them. It's not that big of a deal. I have a lot of seeds. Now, one of the things people asked, GMO. Yes, they're GMO free, okay? Heirloom seeds. All my seeds that I plant are always going to be heirloom seeds, okay? Just so you know that as well, because we will be harvesting seeds from whatever we grow. Again, I just, I have a ton of seeds, guys. I mean, an absolute ton of seeds. So I'm really looking forward to experimenting this year, seeing how things go. I plan on having some of the stuff that we grow stay in the greenhouse. Some of the stuff that we grow is going to go out into the grow beds, okay? So that is our game plan as far as that goes. We are looking at tomorrow's going to be almost 60 degrees. So tomorrow's going to be a great day to get outside, get to work on the areas that we want to work on, and get going with that. Then we have a couple of cooler days, I should say, not cold, but by Saturday, then we're looking at a stretch after that of 5-6 days where it's going to be 50s and 60s. So much, much better weather as far as to be able to get outside, get a lot of the outside stuff done, and there's a lot that I want to get done, and it's just a matter of getting out there and getting to it, and so that's what we're going to do. Today, like I said, it's a little colder today, so the motivation, I'll be honest with you, is not there today. So, we just take care of our normal business. Now, I got to tell you this. Yesterday, my chickens went absolutely bonkers, and I got 14 eggs yesterday. So it was a freaking awesome egg day yesterday. I was like, oh my God. So that's the best day that they've had so far this year. And one of the eggs that I did get was from one of the recovering girls. So, and I think it's my my one that had her feathers were all gone. Her feathers are pretty much all the way back. She laid yesterday. I'm pretty sure it was her. I don't think it's the other one. The other one's still trying to recover. So she will be going back in with the flock fairly soon because all her feathers on her back are back on her back. I want to give her like another week just to make sure she's 100% ready to go, and then she will be back in with the flock again. I did want to address this too. Somebody had questioned the fact that I gave away the 2 roosters and that I didn't just kill them and say that I gave them away. First of all, I'm never going to lie. It's not what I do. I'm very, very honest about what I do. The reason I procrastinated as long as I did because I was trying to give those roosters away, and that's exactly what I was able to do. Now, in hindsight, and I will be very honest about this as well, I should have butchered those 2 extra roosters last fall. That's what I absolutely should have done. I should have never put them in with the rest of the flock because the girls got wore out, okay? And that's not what I want, And so, since they have been gone, that chicken coop is much calmer with my 2 roosters and the hens that I have. With the new chicks, as they continue to grow, they will obviously be brought, in there with the rest of the flock as they continue to grow. I'm not expecting eggs from them end of August, September. And, then we'll have probably some pretty good egg counts. Again, a lot of it depends on how many hens we have out of the 15. I don't know if I've mentioned this or not. Okay, so I bought 16 straight run chickens, which means they're not sexed. They're either males or females. So I bought 16 because I figured if half of them end up being hens, then I got, 8 chickens that I'm going to add to the flock. The males are not going to be added to the flock, okay? So one of those passed away. So I'm down to 15 chickens, okay? And the 15 babies are doing great. Then I went and I bought 6 sexed chickens, all females, Rhode Island Reds. One of them also did not make it. The other ones are doing great. So those that are 5 that are left, I know those are all females. So I'm really happy about that. And Rhode Island Reds are a really cool bird. And so, we'll see how the rest of them do. And like I said, if I have those 5, and then I have the other ones, and if half of them, let's just say half, then I would be adding. What would I be adding? We'll see. 8 and 5 is 13, so I would be adding 13 hens to the mix. If it ends up being more hens, that's great. If it ends up being less, it's going to be whatever it's going to be. So we're just going to cross that bridge when we get there. But no more males will be going in with that flock. I will definitely, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be honest. Once I have sexed these out and I know what they are, the males will be dispatched. I'm not going to have them go crazy on these hens again. It's not going to happen, okay? So with adding, let's say I add 10. Let's say I add 10 hens to the flock, okay? Right now I have, what do I have? 19 chickens at the moment, okay? 2 roosters, 17 hens. If I add 10 more hens, it's 27 hens for with 2 roosters. That's 29 chickens. That's fine, okay? I'm not going to be adding any more. You're going to still lose chickens. It's what happens. It's how it goes, unfortunately. We lost a couple last year to the dogs before we even got Hella. So, that's something, obviously, that we adjusted, corrected, and, hopefully we don't have that issue again. So, like I said, it's all coming together, and it always will be. But I just really wanted to talk about what's going on in here, why I planted as early as I did. Again, I'm not planting outside until the end of May. So if let's say all those trays come up, everything comes up. What I do plan on doing, and I've already talked to my neighbors. I talked to Greg already, and I talked to Audrey next door. I told them, don't buy any plants this year because I'm going to have plenty. I will give you plants, okay? I do plan on doing that for my neighbors as well, all right? Again, it's just because I'm in the position to be able to start this earlier because of the greenhouse. All right, I can start my season growing much earlier, and I can continue to grow later than everybody else. I might be able to get 2 cycles of tomatoes. So it's like, have the first crop come up, plant more, and then have that second crop come up. I can do a ton of canning. I can give away what I want to give away, and we're just going to go from there. And so that's the fun of it this year. And so that's why I'm pretty excited about what we're doing and what's going to happen. So hope that explains it. Again, I appreciate all the feedback that people had. Some of the advice I'm going to take, some of it I am not. Okay, that's with anything that is put out on the channel. I listen to what you guys say. I go over everything. I read all of the comments. I don't always answer because I don't always have time to answer, but that's where I'm at, okay? So I just wanted to touch base with everybody on all that. So anyway, guys, I am going to jump off of here for now. Just hopefully you like the update and the explanation. I hope that answers some questions that people had. Again, you learn by practice. That's how you learn. So if I learned that, starting the seeds in early March is not a good idea, that I need to start my plants a little bit later, that's okay. That's all right. What did it cost me? Seeds, big deal. Okay? A little bit of time and some seeds. I can always plant more. So that's the beauty of it, and that's how we learn. Practical practice is the best way to learn. Get your hands dirty, figure out what works, figure out what doesn't work, and go from there. So anyway, remember, we are all in this together. That is important to remember. Nothing is... don't let people bully you. Don't let them intimidate you. Don't let them play those games. Don't let them tell you how to think. Think for yourselves, okay? Any piece of advice that you get in life, take it with a grain of salt. Process it, figure out, yep, this was good, I like that advice, no, I didn't like that advice. It's as simple as that. You don't have to do everything everybody else says. That's the beauty of it too. But again, love the suggestions, love the ideas, that's an awesome thing, okay, and I do appreciate it. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. And last but not least, STD. Step, thing, and day. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that is going to stop you from reaching those goals is you. That's it. Nobody else can stop you. Stay positive, stay away from that negativity, and you're going to be just fine. All right? I will see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a nice day, so we're definitely going to be out and getting some outdoor stuff done tomorrow, so I'm really looking forward to that. They're calling for rain on Thursday, which I hope happens, because I would like the salt washed off the roads, because this weekend is supposed to be really, really nice, and I would like to get out on the bike, which if it rains on Thursday, then I definitely will. All right? So anyway, I will talk to you all later. Have a great day. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.